Back to our breaking news this morning, that 4.6 magnitude earthquake rattling the Bay Area just before 2 o'clock. It struck in Boulder Creek, that's in Santa Cruz County, but it was really felt all across the Bay Area, all the way up to the North Bay. But we've got KRON 4's Joey Horta live for us from Boulder Creek this morning. He is checking out what's going on there downtown. Joey.
Yeah, we've been going up and down the main street here, Noel, and we've seen some signs of some things that have been shaken up here. No real damage, but if you look inside of the Boulder Creek drugstore this morning, you see stuff is on the ground that has obviously been knocked off the shelves there and is kind of scattered out around the store this morning. Lots of merchandise there that they'll have to clean up later on, but we don't see the actual damage. Nothing looks like it's broken here at this point. Looks similar to this at a nearby grocery store a couple blocks from here. Again, the epicenter is here in Boulder Creek, up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. The earthquake struck around 1:40 this morning. It's been downgraded from a preliminary magnitude of 4.9 now down to a 4.6, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. One of our coworkers did get a shake alert on his phone. Others did too before the quake actually happened, telling them to drop cover and hold on. Like most people, I was asleep at the time. Woke up to everything rumbling. My bedroom door was jiggling. Sounded like someone was trying to open the door. So that's a little alarming. It counted about 25 seconds of rattling, but you quickly realize what's going on as you are woken up just like that. But again, so far not seeing any damage out here, just stuff scattered around, and we'll be looking for more signs that there was an earthquake this morning as we continue to see folks show up, wake up, and see if their stuff is okay. For now, back to you.
Joey, I know you're also from California. Same here. We've experienced earthquakes before. Would you say this one felt stronger than recent ones? Because for me, I did feel like it was a little bit stronger than recent quakes I've felt.
Yeah, so comparing it to the most recent one a few months ago that we had, I think it was in the fall, off the top of my head, I was in the shower at the time and the glass walls were rattling pretty violently, so that one certainly felt worse to me. This was noticeable enough to wake me up earlier than I'd like to be, but not quite as bad on my end.
It took me a few minutes to try and fall back to sleep to get that last hour of sleep here before coming into work. But we'll check in with you, of course, throughout the morning once people start getting up and walking through that downtown area and you get their accounts as well. Thanks for that live report, Joey.
Are you insane? Are you on drugs? Are you off your rocker? That you will hear the Lord say, evacuate, which means flee instantly. We're just working on a November plan, a December plan. You're unhinged and you presume too much upon love. And the Lord told me that he can love you and still move completely according to his plans. God can love you in your grave. You don't know this person. It is quite clear to me that I'm existing in my own bubble in terms of what it means to read the Bible and take God at his word. I'm still adjusting. After almost 7 years, I'm in my 7th year of proclaiming. Of what it means to know that there aren't many people out there who understand that the requirement, the standard is God says something, you read it and you believe it. There's no amendments. In this Bible, God does not have the understanding that there's different interpretations, because that's not what they do. When God says something, everybody in heaven says, I, Captain. No, facing people who are not able to think logically frightens me, especially when they're the kind of person who doubles down, triples down, and quadruples down on being wrong. You say to a person that the Lord is warning us to evacuate from California because there's going to be a 12th earthquake, and then they say that's not possible. And then you say to them, why? And then they say that's not possible. And you say, yes, I heard you, but why are you saying it's not possible? And then what they bring out as proof that it cannot happen is to say, because it's never happened before. So the reason that it's not possible for an earthquake to happen is because it's never happened before. This is the very kind of logic that confronted Noah and defeated him up until the moment that he sailed away, after which he was definitely the hero and everybody else was the loser. So the reason that you're saying that it's not possible that God told me that rain is going to fall from up there, so we're not going to have the mist that has been watering the earth from the ground since the days of Eden. No, a new thing is declared. Water will come down from the heavens. I'm trying to tell you that the reason I'm building this large floating device, far bigger than the ones that we use as we travel to Greece and everywhere else, you're trying to tell me that it's not possible because it's never happened before. How is it's never happened before an exclusion of the fact that it can happen? Like, every baby that is born on this earth has never happened before. We've never had that human before, right? We've had their father growing up and their mother growing up, but then through various variables that bring that particular man and that particular woman together, we get a new human who was not imagined anywhere else except in the mind of God. So every time a baby is born, we experience something besides the actuality of the birth and a new human. That person is a brand new iteration of reality that previously did not exist until their progenitors, mom and dad, came together to make that new human. Can you confront any single one of us and tell us, well, I can't believe that you're real because technically speaking, you've never happened before. Not only has each one of us never happened before, we never will again. No matter how your child resembles you, your child is not you. This is the logic that overfloods the surface of the earth at this time. I can't believe you because what you're talking about is something that I never heard before. These are the same people who will go on social media and find out that there's an unknown monkey tree tribe, right? That grows bananas out of their left eyes and say, wow, I didn't know that. And they will absolutely believe that thing that is in front of them that they did not know previously and not disavow it by saying, I cannot believe this because I never heard of it before. But then when you have verbal conversations with them that contain God's speech, then the reason that they rebuff it and throw it away is because they say, it's never happened. I went on Google and it says it's never happened. No, I'm part of a Reddit chat thread and they say it's statistically impossible. This is what people are telling their loved ones who are telling them to evacuate from a place that God says he's going to tear like a sheet of paper, drop the other one into the sea, and then sink the other one forever. A new coastline for the west coast of America, Yah says. And then people say, oh no, it can't happen because it's never happened before. Living on a world that has rearranged itself several times, that they can agree that they've seen it on the History Channel and they can agree that they've seen it in their history books. They can see that they say, oh, the continents used to be together. So the massive forces that tore them apart, right? They can agree to an ice age, they can agree to a stone age, they can agree to every age, but the fact is that all the ages have stopped. Why? Because they're alive now and they have a Hulu subscription. So why would God do that? This is the kind of brain that we are confronted with in the end times. And I always endeavor, I'm at pains to tell the people on this channel that this is overwhelmingly the brain that is waiting for you out there. Once terrible things start to happen, they will panic like puppies who have lost sight of their owner in the supermarket. Just sit down in a pile and pee on themselves. You will be nurturing catatonic state grown men whose name was hubby last week. Then he will be in bed sucking his thumb, expecting you to pull through. Now you have to turn into Mrs. Rambo. Why? Because his arrogance and his pride has brought your entire family, his kids, that he should be stewarding through a difficult time. He will be in a catatonic state due to catastrophic events. His whole family under the waves. He didn't believe you. He would not even place a single phone call to them. He was busy mocking you and telling them, they're going to think I'm weird. They're going to think I'm weird. Now, guess what? He's gone from a family of 6 to being the only surviving orphan. That is supposed to somehow be your problem now as the wife, right? Because what they're going to do is they're going to rise up and take exactly 0.00% responsibility. Now, when their foolishness has cost them either their lives or all that they care for or all the ones that they ever called loved ones, they're going to turn on you. They're going to accuse you of being smug when you're not, as if you're not capable of compassion, as if you too are not being traumatized by these world events that they will be relentlessly streaming on every channel in the world. They will turn on you out of their grief, out of their pain, Because why blame themselves? Why examine their own ego that has cost them a loss? No, it's you.